Glory to Jesus Christ. As we get close to the beginning of the fast this year in 2020, I thought it was a good thing that we would look ahead first on Pascha night and remember those amazing words by St. John Chrysostom in his catechetical homily. He says that if any man be devout and love God, let him enjoy this fair and radiant triumphal feast. If any man be a wise servant, let him rejoicing enter into the joy of his Lord. If any have labored long in fasting, let him now receive his recompense. If any have wrought from the first hour, let him today receive his just reward. If any have come at the third hour, let him with thankfulness keep the fast. If any have arrived at the sixth hour, let him have no misgivings, because he shall in no wise be deprived thereof. If any have delayed until the ninth hour, let him draw near, fearing nothing. If any have tarried even until the 11th hour, let him also be not alarmed at his tardiness, for the Lord, who is jealous of his honor, will accept the last even as the first. He gives rest unto him who comes at the 11th hour, even as unto him who has wrought from the first hour. And he shows mercy upon the last and cares for the first, and to the one he gives, and upon the other he bestows gifts. And he both accepts the deeds and welcomes the intention and honors the acts and praises the offering. Wherefore enter you all into the joy of your Lord and receive your reward, both the first and likewise the second. You rich and poor together, hold high the festival. You sober and you heedless, honor the day. Rejoice today, both you who have fasted and you who have disregarded the fast. The table is full laden. Feast ye all sumptuously. The calf is fatted. Let no one go hungry away. I mention those words right now because I think it's a good goal as we begin the fast to not be included in the ones that St. John says are the ones who disregarded the fast. In fact, I would hope that our goal this year would be for each one of us to be included in those who have fasted from the beginning. As we begin this fast, it's always with incredible joy that it happens. It's a sacred, holy time of the year. It's a wonderful time of the year where we have so many blessings given to us by the church and so many things that are able to help us. The table is literally set for us. And the table is not set with a cheeseburger and a beer, but the church has set the table for us with the example of humility and repentance. We heard the examples of Zacchaeus. We heard the examples of the publican and the Pharisee and the prodigal son. And hopefully we've listened well. So let us not only begin the fast with joy as we will sing on Sunday, but let us also begin it with the desire to learn more about God and his mercy and also ourselves. Bishop Callistus, in his essay about the true nature of fasting in the Lenten Triodion, he writes that what do we find then in this book of preparation that we term the Lenten Triodion? It can most briefly be described as the book of the fast. Just as the children of Israel ate the bread of affliction from Deuteronomy in preparation for the Passover, so Christians prepare themselves for the celebration of the new Passover by observing a fast. But what is meant by this word fast? Here the utmost care is needed so as to preserve a proper balance between the outward and the inward. On the outward level, fasting involves physical abstinence from food and drink, and without such exterior abstinence, a full and true fast cannot be kept. Yet the rules about eating and drinking must never be treated as an end in themselves, for ascetic fasting has always an inward and unseen purpose. Man is a unity of body and soul, a living creature fashioned from natures visible and invisible. In the words of the Triodion, and our ascetic fasting should therefore involve these natures at once. The tendency to overemphasize external rules about food in a legalistic way, and the opposite tendency to scorn these rules as outdated and unnecessary, are both alike to be deplored as a betrayal of true orthodoxy. In both cases, the proper balance between the outward and the inward has been impaired. He also reminds us that the primary aim of fasting is to make us conscious of our dependence upon God. And so, as we enter the fast, we need to realize that what we need in life is Christ, nothing else. We're always tempted to turn towards other things to help us through life, and all those things that we will turn to are temporary. The only thing that's permanent is Jesus Christ. And when we fast, we realize that our dependence is on Him. It's on God, the one who created us and the one who will redeem us. And so I pray that this will be a spiritually profitable fast for all of us, and that we learn more about God's love through all the hymns of the Triodian, all the Sundays of the fast, and that we learn to love each other even more. So as we begin on Forgiveness Sunday, asking each other for forgiveness, and also remembering to grant each other forgiveness as well, that we enter together into this holy fast, and that we should be encouraging each other, lifting each other up, telling each other of how important this time of the year is, and not tearing each other down. It's so easy sometimes with our words and our actions to tear people down and not lift them up. And I think that this fast, again, we should be striving to lift people up, lift ourselves up in the knowledge that God is there and loving us. He's forgiving, He's merciful, and that, as I said, the church sets the table for us, not with that cheeseburger and a beer, but with the ideas of humility and repentance, and trying to learn more about God as we enter into this holy fast. May it be profitable, and I pray that all of us will have a joyous fast and an even more and incredibly joyous Pascha. Glory to Jesus Christ.